Well, here I am. Here I am. I know it's not the regular scheduled time. I understand that it's not Monday or Saturday. I understand that it's not, the usual day, but I'm here for you. You know, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I'm here to see you haters. That's what it's all about. This is all it's about today. I'm I'm not here for analysis. I'm not here to break down the game. I'm not here to talk about players. I'm not here to talk about you know situations. I am here right now strictly to talk to you, all my haters, all you Cowboy haters. This is what this show is all about today. This is your one opportunity to grace my show with your presence. We're really about talking trash to me. As you know, I am the biggest Cowboy fan in the world. It just ain't no doubt about it. I am that. One of the biggest in the whole world. That's what this show is all about. A lot of you are trying to, hey, E. Kush, I see you in here. I got anybody on Pod? Oh my goodness, I got a few people on Podbean. Hello on Podbean. What's going on? I don't know none of your names. I mean, because this is a certain part of the day. Usually I'm at work, but I'm off work. So here I am to talk to you guys today. And I'm giving opportunity for all of you Cowboys. So y'all might want to pass it on. Just all you Cowboy haters that text my phone and put timeline me and all that kind of stuff. This is your chance at one shot at glory. One shot. I'm looking for all, hey, pass the word. Somebody pass the word. I'm not looking for a huge show. Really I was, because see what the first thing you haters can do. Y'all can come from behind the weeds. Come on out now. This is your show. You get to talk trash and tell me how the Philadelphia Eagles are going to destroy us and how the Philadelphia Eagles are going to annihilate us. And yeah. There you go. Hey, Lennon. There you go. Here come one of them. There you go. This show is dedicated for people who watch me but never click on. You know what I'm saying? To let me know they watching. When you click, it says like Lennon right here. Lennon, like when Lennon, if he don't want me to know, he will just watch it. Okay. Lennon, like right now he clicked in, so now I can see that he's actually in here. But if you don't want to watch, you'll just watch it while I'm scrolling. This is your chance to come in, because I'm gonna let you guys talk and tell me why you think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to annihilate us. And some of y'all celebrate. You let Jacksonville beat you. You let Houston stay with you. You let, y'all know how y'all talk. Half of y'all don't even know your own team record. You see what I'm saying? Because you ain't watched them all year. You watched us. So this is your time. This is a Christmas gift. Hey, Scott Riggs. This is a Christmas gift to this does not have anything to do with the game Christmas Eve. This does not have anything to do with the Philadelphia Eagles. This doesn't have anything to do. This is really just your time. I am your gift today. I'm wrapping myself up in a cowboy blue Christmas bow, and I'm opening myself up to you, and let you haters, because some of y'all, we ain't heard from you in a while, because we've been winning, see, and we ain't heard nothing from you in a while. You've been hiding, so I just want to give this opportunity time, this golden opportunity. I don't usually talk trash. I'm not talking trash. It's just that I'm giving you the dance floor. We're coming off a loss, we're coming off a loss. You got the dance floor. You can dance right now. You're happy that we lost. Some of you think we're gonna lose on Christmas Eve. Some of you are, of course, waiting. All that kind of stuff. We done moved the goalposts for you. Usually y'all got these memes that y'all put up. I'm coming at y'all now. I'm waiting for y'all. Now, some of y'all looking at me, you just ain't clicked in yet. I understand it. Some of you at work, some of you can't click in. Some of you listening to me on your headphones, your headsets. I get it. I get it. I'm off work, so I got time today. I got a little time. This show is dedicated to you. This show is dedicated for your enjoyment. I am a Christmas present to you. You get to shoot shots at one of the biggest Cowboy fans in the entire world, me. Yeah. So I'm giving it to you. If you're watching right now, but you ain't clicked in, go ahead and inbox your folks. Y'all get to come. You see, I'm by here by myself, right? There's some Cowboy fans in the chat box. They just in here, but I'm here by myself. I ain't got no tag team partners. I ain't got nobody else to share the screen with me. I'm here to answer all haters and talk crazy and all that. I'm just here for it. This is my Christmas gift to you. That's it. Because I'm gonna be back in lockdown mode, probably by the end of this show. Because I'm already starting on Philadelphia and all that kind of stuff. All right. I'm waiting. Who on here is a hater? Let me see. Most look like I got all Cowboy fans on here. I'm just waiting, y'all. This show really is not an informative. It's not informative. Not today. I got folks all up in Podbean. I don't even know these folks. I ain't never seen them before. Hello, everybody on Podbean. Hello. This is, just in case you don't know, this is the Big Time Show. This is a sports podcast where I talk about the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Lakers, but I'm here to talk about the Lakers. Mister, I see you on here. I'm here to talk about the Cowboys and that, but I'm giving a special Christmas gift today to all haters of the Cowboys, me, because I'm one of the biggest Cowboy fans in the world. I'm going to let them talk. I'm going to let y'all talk. So I don't know who, Mister, if you even watch football, Mr. A. I don't know if you watch football. I don't know if you have a team that you're interested in. I don't even know if you're a fan of the Cowboys. I don't know if you're a hater of the Cowboys. But whatever you are, thank you for tuning in. If you're a hater for the Cowboys, you can just start firing away. I mean, since this is our introduction to each other, I mean, we might as well just go on, hit a home run with it from the start. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Y'all come on, share this, y'all. Y'all go share this right quick. Come on, share. Go share and just say, hey, you get to talk to one of the knowledgeable Cowboy fans here that like that. There it is. Big TV, T Smooth, what's up? I see you. This hey, E-Kush, yeah. This is not talking about Philly. My hometown, Mr. Ricks. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. Live right here, right now. You can tell by my southern slang, I'm from the South. You can tell that. I already know you can tell it. Usually when people start talking from the South, you have to listen real good because sometimes you don't understand what they're saying. So you probably have already trying to, yeah. See, there it is. See, Scott, yeah. Okay, yes, I figured. See, there you go. Yeah. Mr. Ricks, are you a Cowboy fan? Let me find out who you are before we keep having conversation here. T Smooth, are we doing the live play-by-play on Christmas Eve? That's the game on Christmas Eve, actually. I think we are. T Smooth. I think we are. I think we are doing the play-by-play game. So, hey, for those that want to watch, have it. Well, I think in the virtual land space, we call it a watch party. So yes. Okay, you are yeah, Mr. Riggs. I can tell you oh yeah, 2 years, man. Hey, I've been trying, Kush. Man, I didn't even know y'all get anniversary tags. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, Kush. Appreciate you. 2 years I've been doing this stuff. So, and Kush been with me from the beginning. What's up, Mike? What's up, Michael? I see you. This really ain't about analysis of the game right now. Kobe Bryant was one of mine too. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, but I'm probably a little bit older than you, Scott. So Magic Johnson was my guy. I watched the Lakers in the 80s. I was old enough. I was born in 1973, so I was old enough when the run really started happening and remember it like yesterday. So I go before Kobe, way before Kobe. But I love him. Oh, I got you, Mr. Ricks. I got you. Yeah. All right, all right. I'm listening. Here we go. You saying what your favorite basketball team is, Mr. Riggs, but I don't know what your favorite football team is. See, that'll kind of help me out here because it looked like you may be the only possible hater on here. Possible. I don't know what you are. Mike, you not a Cowboy fan, or are you? Michael, are you a Cowboy fan? This show is dedicated to haters. I'm saying I'm a friend. Okay, Mr. Riggs is a Cowboy fan. I got some more reinforcements then. I'm waiting on some haters to come in so they can start talking trash. That's what I'm waiting on. I tried to make myself available as a gift, and nobody don't want to unwrap the gift. Let me check Podbean now before I go off. Okay. Oh, okay. Mr. A says he don't watch too many NFL or pro sports. They're overpaid crybabies. Well, you're not the only one, Mr. A, that says that. But I am a diehard sports man, diehard football fan, diehard basketball fan in general. So that's what we're talking here. So I hate if I have to bore you, but that's what we're going with on that. I could take what you just said and make a whole show out of it, though. That they what you said. I don't watch too much NFL or pro sports, and then you said they're overpaid. I really could just do a whole 3-4 weeks just off that. Overpaid crybabies, you said. Okay. All righty. That's your opinion. That's the way you feel about it. I ain't gonna even knock it. Okay, Mike said he used to be. Okay. I appreciate you, T Smooth. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're gonna crank it up Sunday. See what happens. You say you used to be Mike. Oh my God, you go way back further than I do. Obviously, you are older than I am. You say you go back to the great Bob Hayes. Woo. My. Yeah, you done fell off real. I don't know who you with now, but thanks for hanging with me. I thought you was a Cowboy fan. Oh, you a hater. Let's see, who you stand with now, Mike? Who you stand with now? Just hit me out on it. He could say at this point, if you're a long time Cowboy fan, you definitely die because we haven't had some heartbreaks. A lot of them. I appreciate you, Scotty. Oh, Scott Rick since '95. So you caught. Appreciate you, Scott. So you caught one championship. You caught one. You caught the last one, actually. You caught the last championship. Okay, I've seen them all. Well, with the exception of 72. I've seen them all since no, not 72. I mean 71. I'm sorry. 71 Cowboys. I didn't catch. I missed that one. I wasn't born yet. But from 1977 on up, 1977 was the next championship after 71. I've been here. Can remember vaguely a little part of 77. Vaguely. The only reason why I say this because not because at 4 years old, you weren't diehard locked in at 4 years old. But what I do remember was when Butch Johnson caught that bomb where he dove for the ball. It really wasn't a catch, really, when you look at it. but during that time they called it a catch, and he made that diving catch. And the only reason why I remember that is because my daddy yelled in the house so loud on jumping up and down that, and I just started jumping up and down with him. So that was my ticket into Cowboy land, because I just wanted to be like my daddy. Whenever he yelled, that's when I wanted to yell. When he got mad, I got mad to a certain extent, because I was scared of my daddy. I ain't say what he said, I didn't do what he did exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to be with my dad. Now after 7-7, that long drought, of course we had the Steelers loss the very next year. And then we had to wait all the way. Then had them heartbreaks in the 80s. I wish the Cowboy organization was back they were like the 80s. We made every NFC championship game. I guess I'm going to show y'all my Cowboy knowledge. Okay, let's go. 1979, we lost the NFC championship game to the Rams. That was the Steelers-Rams Super Bowl. 1980, we lost the NFC championship game to the Philadelphia Eagles that year when they got destroyed by the Raiders in the Super Bowl. 1981, we lost the NFC championship game to the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, you know that as the catch. When Dwight Clark, who ain't jumped that high in his whole career, all of a sudden jump way up in the air, catch the ball out the sky almost, and did that. So that's 3 years straight NFC championship games. 1982, that was the strike year. And I'm not sure if we made it then or not. I had to go back, and my head ain't working right now. I don't think we did. 1983, I believe we did make the championship game. Okay, I think that's all. 84, we didn't make it. 85, we didn't make it. 86, we did not make it, but we were playoff teams. 87, no. All the way up to Jimmy Johnson. Then, of course, 92, I started smiling again. We were dominant. Anthony Price. Question, what's up with Jerry Jones getting Hilton and soon getting OBJ? Why you need so many wide receivers that may not play? Now I know I got a hater in the house. I like that. Anthony Price, thank you so much for your contribution. Appreciate you, mister. Okay, here we go. So let's deal with this. These are the questions that the haters of the Cowboys want to know. You say, what's up with Jerry Jones getting Hilton, soon getting OBJ? Why you need so many wide receivers that may not play? First things first, Anthony Price. This shows I'm assuming you're not a Cowboy fan. I know you don't like them because I can tell by the way you answer the question. Let me ask you this, Anthony Price. Did you say that when Tampa Bay a couple years ago got everybody? Did you say that for Tom Brady? Did you say that when they already had receivers? Did you say that when they got Antonio Brown? Did you say that? Did you say that when they went and got Gronk? And did you say that when they went in and got Fournette? And just everybody wanted to sign with Tampa. Did you say that about Tom Brady? I don't think so. Did you say that when the Rams just went and got OBJ? Did you say that when they went and traded all their draft picks and got all these receivers for Stafford and running backs that they had, the defensive players that they got? Did you say that then? Did you even say that, Anthony Price, when Philadelphia just went out and just mortgaged everything, went and got everybody? Dominican Sue, all these folks. Did you say that? I doubt it. So let's get this straight. So why can't the Cowboys do it? Now, personally speaking, Anthony, I don't want neither one of them. I don't want neither one of them. Because, I don't want anything to. See, Anthony, we'll see if you saw that. See what I'm saying? See, I'm gonna come back to you next comment because I know you're gonna have a rebuttal. You're gonna try to prove your point. What's up, Key in the building? Listen, I don't want neither one of them. I don't want Ty. I didn't want OBJ. Now other Cowboy fans are dying to have him. See, I'm at the point because I know what my team is. I don't want anything that's gonna make Kellen Moore start throwing the ball even more than he is. So you give Kellen Moore, T.Y. Hilton, and a possible OBJ. You know, we've been begging for Kellen Moore to run the ball exclusively. He can't help himself. He loves to throw the football, even when you know you're supposed to run. So I didn't want him. But I guess if you're gonna pass the ball like I think he's gonna do, I guess what you better do is try to give him as many weapons as he can since he's gonna throw it. You know. And you just said a key thing, and then you said Tampa bought a ring. Well, whether you bought it or you got it through the draft, isn't that what they're playing for? Huh? I mean, their plan worked, right? You're playing to win the Super Bowl. They won it. And so I don't see, hey, if you mortgage your future, you didn't care nothing about it anyway. So their plan worked. The Rams plan worked. They did the same thing. 2 years in a row. Folk bought a ring. Cowboys, I don't think you really would classify getting T.Y. Hilton and OBJ as a automatic ring. I don't think that's the case, but it does make the team better, And judging by what you just saw with the Cowboys wide receivers, Michael Gallup is not a real factor. Noah Brown, there's a good argument that could be made that Noah Brown has had better statistics than Michael Gallup, and I understand that Michael wasn't playing, but Noah Brown has been the go-to man, look like, for Dak and Cooper Rush. You see what I'm saying? So I don't get that part, but I don't, what's up, Joe? I don't get it. He said the enterprise not getting OBJ. Well, let me go back to your previous comment. Because this is really for the haters. This is a hater show today. That's what it's all about. He said, yep, Tampa was buying a ring. Ram was a perfect spot for OBJ being the number 3. Name the Cowboy wide receivers. Well, we already know. I believe you probably can tell me more because I believe you know who we are. We have CD, we got Gallup, we got Noah Brown, we got T.Y. now. Semi is hurt. I'm sorry, we got Jalen Tolbert, who I don't understand. Well, I understand why he can't get on the field because he ain't good enough right now. And that was our 3rd round draft pick. We got James Washington. I don't think he's up to par, even though he's ready to play, but he ain't even suited up where he did, but he's not really getting no time. So there's something obviously going on there that will keep him on the bench. So we got a plethora of wide receivers. And to be honest with you, T.Y., if he's anywhere near close to what he was, he don't have to be the T.Y. Hilton. But if he can still run, he's going to be a problem because he can still blow a top off of defense. So we'll get to see on that. But if you didn't say that about Tampa and L.A. and everybody else and Philly this year, with all the folks they've been getting picking up and free agents and all that, if you didn't say nothing about them, don't say nothing about old little T.Y. Hilton now and a broke down OBJ who we haven't signed yet. See, I ain't gonna even give OBJ credit because he's not even on the team yet, so we can't talk about him. Not even a Cowboy yet. So the only person you can really give credit to really is T.Y. Hilton. I can after watching the Cowboys play, I can see why why they would go get another wide receiver. They don't guarantee the impact of a world's championship like stuff like that. But he does make it better. We need him. I mean, we need that. We need something. Because CD is, and kudos to CD Lamb. Because since y'all saying he ain't got no wide receiver, CD over 1,000 yards right now. So CD is really cranking this thing up for him not to have nobody. Since everybody say we ain't got no wide receiver, CD Lamb, I mean, look at his numbers. What are his numbers? Somebody, let me. Joe is here. No, I'll look it up myself. I want to see what CD Lamb numbers are right now. He ain't got nobody. He ain't got no number two, according to what y'all say. He ain't got no quarterback, according to what y'all say. Y'all say that he ain't, Dak ain't worth a dime, and he ain't got nothing. So let's see what he got so far. What he got so far? What is this? Got CeeDee Lamb has so far this year for a guy that don't have nobody. He ain't got no. Y'all say he ain't got no number two. Y'all say he ain't got no quarterback. Dak ain't good. Cooper Rush ain't good. That's what y'all say. CD got 81 kids, 1,087, 6 touchdowns. Sound like a Pro Bowl year to me. For a guy who ain't got nobody. You know what I'm talking about? He got 81 catches. He surpasses, well, he's going to surpass, barring injury. He already got more receptions as he ever had. He had 79 catches last year for 1,102 yards. So far, he got 81 catches, and we still got, 4 more games left, 3 more games. He got a chance to get 100 receptions this year. He's about, let me see, 5. He's 15 yards away from his catching what he yards last year. He got 1,087 this year. He got 1,102 yards for the total for last year. So he if he don't get injured, it's obvious he's gonna have his career. He already has 6 catches so far this year. So CD is, yeah, he's for a person that didn't have nothing. No, look out. That's without Amari Cooper too. So I don't think it's no question that he has destroyed some of the haters and even Cowboy fans. Could he be a number 1 receiver? I think that's dead now. I believe everybody can let that go now. He's getting all the double teams and he still got over 1,000 yards. He's really, as y'all say, other than Schultz, maybe, y'all say he's the only option, and he's still putting up big numbers. So he deserves Pro Bowl recognition and borderline All Pro recognition too. I may add. Borderline. I ain't say first team now. I didn't say first team. He might be second team All Pro. I don't think he deserved to be first team. I'll give it that. But he's had a great year. He's had a great year. No question about that. Where y'all at? Andrew Price, you still here? Give me your next subject. Give me your next subject now. What you got? You don't look like you. Oh, Ken the Building is here. I'm sorry. Ken the Building is a Philadelphia Eagle fan. Look, let me go and say this about the game Saturday. What's up, Greg? I see you. The Cowboys are the reason why Jalen Hurts is not playing. It ain't because of the shoulder. Let me make that very clear. Because when he hurt his shoulder against Chicago, he kept playing. Matter of fact, he kept throwing. He did all that. He kept throwing. He threw bombs. He threw. I mean, it wasn't. He played. Wasn't nothing wrong with shoulder. His shoulder didn't all of a sudden get like it got after the game. I'm quite sure there may have been some more swelling after that, but he initially hurt his shoulder in the game. He kept playing. I guarantee you, if the Cowboys would have beat Jacksonville, Jalen Hurts would be playing on Christmas Eve. I don't blame Philadelphia. Not that they're scared of the Cowboys or anything, but there's no sense. When the Cowboys lost, all that fire for that big game turned into a meaningless game in one sense. It will not affect the standings at all. No, Joe, he ain't scared. He's not scared. If they were scared, they would have benched him. They would have benched him against Chicago. He's not scared. One thing about Hurts, I give him credit because actually, to be honest with you, before he put on that uniform, I was a fan of Jalen Hurts. I loved him at Alabama and I loved him at Oklahoma. I was cheering hard for him. Wanted him to win the Heisman, especially when he went to Oklahoma, just to rub it into Coach Saban's face for letting him go. Now, I don't blame him for choosing Tua. I'm not gonna do that because that was the choice and it was all right. But he's not he's not scared. I believe I believe Philadelphia is just playing mind games with the Cowboys, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest. I think they're saying we don't need to really play y'all. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody else sit out. They don't really need the game. They got a 3-game lead over us. The only way they're gonna lose the lead in the NFC is they lose the rest of the games. That's not gonna happen. Why play them? I would do the same thing. We don't need to play y'all. Y'all making it a big game. We're gonna show you just how big we think this game really is. Jalen Hurts, come on, sit down. You ain't got to play. We'll let them get all hype and get ready for Gardner Minshew. Yeah, we don't have to play you. Look, if we needed to play you, we know we could. Just come on, sit down. Get your arms some rest. Get you some of this good Dallas food. Drink some of this good Dallas Mai Tais and drinks over here. You just chill out, man. You ain't got to put the Philadelphia Eagles jogging suit on. You ain't got to play. They blowed it against Jacksonville. We was gonna play you, but now let me say this. There is one there is one reason why Philly could let him play. And that is he is really in the conversation for MVP award. That's it. But that's not the reason why you should play a guy only just to pad stats. That's how you get hurt. That's the only reason why Jalen Hurts would play because, see, Mahomes playing. You see what I'm saying? Mahomes is playing. If Mahomes come out here this weekend and have 4 or 5 touchdowns and Hurts don't play, the MVP race is over. That's the only reason why Jalen Hurts really need to play this game. It's just for an MVP because it don't have nothing to do with the standings. Philadelphia is very comfortable as the number 1 seed. They're very comfortable as the division leader. There is really no reason for him to play. Let his the little Nick shoulder heal up. But trust me, if Dallas had beat Jacksonville, he would have been playing Saturday. He would have. Let me go ahead and ask this. So I don't think he's scared. It's just Philly playing smart chess. Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think he need to play. He said, do you think Eagles versus Cowboys is a big game for Hurts knowing the Eagles just need one more win? No. I think they just think it's a big game. I don't think they believe it's a big game anyway. They don't. If the Cowboys beat them Saturday, they'll get it next week. They playing the Saints. Come on. Come on now. Y'all, if you're an Eagle fan, y'all schedule is weak. Weak as water. Y'all know that. Yeah, if we beat them, Eagle fans will say that we beat them without Johnny. Well, Joe, it'd be the same thing we said about them when they beat us earlier. Yeah, they beat us without Dak. So that's what a lot of us were saying. They beat Cooper Rush. They didn't beat Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott owns the NFC East. Everybody know that, including Philadelphia. and the price, I differ with you tremendously on this one. You said I think if they sit Hurts until the playoffs, Patrick getting that MVP. I think he's gonna get it anyway. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna get it anyway, regardless if he played every game. You know, and Patrick Mahomes is the darling boy of the NFL. He's just about to take over when Brady leaves finally. When Brady finally leaves, or Brady start losing like he is now, or he completely out the playoff race, Patrick Mahomes and that next crop of quarterbacks is about to take over the league, and Patrick Mahomes probably is the one that is leading the charge in that. To be truthfully honest with you, as he as he needs to be. All right, I'm still waiting on y'all. Who else here? Oh, Smoke in the building. What up, Smoke? Titan Hughes. Okay, y'all off work too, huh? Titan, Titan, you off work too, huh? Smoke, you off work? Okay, whoever this is, somebody calling in on pod, man. Let me see who this. I hope you're talking football. I'm about to let this person in. Oh, they left out. Okay, thank God. All right. Smoke. What's going? This is the hater show, Smoke. This is the hater show. This show is dedicated just for all haters. I'm giving myself as a Christmas gift to all haters, since they like to talk about the Cowboys, talk bad about them and all that kind of stuff. I'm just giving them a chance to get have a little fun. I don't mind. Just come on. I'm waiting on them. They ain't nobody showing up though. I came on kind of impromptu. You know, I came on a little impromptu, so this was impromptu. It was just by me, just thinking. I don't know who coming. But I'm just letting all Cowboy fans get the most. But we started hitting a little target there about the game Saturday, and I really wasn't here to talk about the game at all. But Philly don't need to play Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't play him either. I wouldn't play Jalen Hurts, even if he was right. I wouldn't play him for what? The Cowboys blowed that opportunity. The Cowboys had kind of was if the Cowboys had beat the Jaguars, Jalen Hurts would be playing this weekend. There's no doubt in my mind. Jalen Hurts actually, when he got hurt, he finished the game. And he was throwing the ball with that sprained right shoulder. He was throwing it right then. Threw bombs. He threw all type of stuff. He threw bomb every pass in the book. He was throwing them. When the Cowboys lost, it made it easier for them to sit him down, since he may have just a little tightness, a little pain, a little struggle in his arm, just a little. But there's no need for him to play. No need. Hey, Smoke, I see you. I got you. My brother Smoke, finally, the voice. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I apologize for this. Yeah, I'm sorry. We all make mistakes. I'm sorry, Smoke. I can only smoke, and maybe you can hear it. I hope everybody that's on Facebook can hear him. But if not, I'll kind of regurgitate what he's saying. He's saying he don't understand why Philly fans want him to play. I can only think of one reason, Smoke, and that is the MVP race. You see, if Hurts sits down, I really believe that Mahomes would just take over completely, and Hurts will be, one game. Let's say for instance, Hurts sits out this game, and Mahomes plays and throws for 4 touchdowns. It's over. You see what I'm saying? Just that quick. I don't think that he'll do it. And plus, I don't think that the Vikings. I think they only lost 3 games. They lost one, and Philly only needs one win clinch home field, and I think they played the Saints after us. You know, I mean, yeah, I said, come on now. I don't get I don't get it. Uh, yeah, no, uh, yeah. I think that's I just really believe that other than you're trying to pad stats for Hurts, that would be the only reason why he would play Saturday. I mean, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It just the more you keep talking, the more it just don't make sense at all. But and I don't think they would sacrifice him like that because the Cowboys would be, the Cowboys actually be playing for pride because in my opinion, they ought to be playing ticked off Saturday, to be honest with you, especially after the loss against Jacksonville and the way that they looked against Houston as well. I think that they ought to be really ticked off. They've heard all this talk, they heard all this yip yap, you know what I'm saying, about how that nobody really believed the defense is good. So I think they're gonna try to send some type of statement, the whole world to be watching. And I think Philly just playing mind games with the Cowboys, to be honest with you. But they ain't playing with mine 'cause I just don't think he's gonna play anyway, and there's no sense of doing it. So, it really is. What turned out to be, or what was promoted as a wow, a real, real, real big game, really is a meaningless game other than playing for pride. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't. You know, yeah, yeah. Well, you didn't want it. You didn't want it. It would have forced. I believe it would have forced Philly to play because if the Cowboys would have won that game against Philly coming up with Hurts playing or whoever, it would be a one game lead, and anything can happen in these last 3 to 4 weeks to where lose a game. So the Cowboys actually did a big game, big time favor to them. So I don't think he's gonna play. And I wouldn't play him either if I was in position. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, oh yeah, I would just say, "Hey, he out." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bingo, yeah. See what I'm saying? And if you wanna start breaking I didn't wanna break the game down, but to be honest with you, with the way that the Cowboys the way we can't stop the run, shoot, Philly, if it ain't a guarantee, they just might beat us with Minshew the way we can't stop the run at all with nobody. So, I'm serious. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, whoever our number 2 could see, you making me break the game down. I ain't want the number 2 cornerback, which is a toss up in the air. We ain't comfortable with our number 2 cornerback at all. We already know that because our number 2 cornerback getting torched, whoever it is, whether it's Boss Man Fat or whether it's Nashawn Wright, they both getting ate alive. So it really don't make a difference who is doing what. So but I'm gonna get into all that a little bit later, Smoke. You been making me I ain't trying to put my analyst hat on it already, man. My God. It's just for the hater show. And they ain't got no too many haters on here. I hate Miss Smith. I see you popped in on Pod, man. I appreciate you though, Smoke, man. It was good hearing your voice. Yeah, man. I am on actually what's today? Today is what is today? Tuesday? Today is Wednesday. I'm really technically not back on, until probably Saturday. Um, Saturday, I'm on a show with another gentleman, Snake Sports Talk Show, I believe. I got invited to be a guest on this show. That's Saturday morning. Then I'm gonna do my show on Saturday evening at 3 o'clock p.m. Central. And then I probably transfer and do the live show. So if you follow me on Facebook or YouTube, I will be there doing a watch party for the game as well. So I'm loaded Saturday, no doubt about it. Appreciate appreciate you, brother. Thanks for calling in. All right, that was Saturday night smoke, man. Gentleman that has followed me, and I appreciate him so much for hanging with me. And first time ever talking to him live and in color. I appreciate it, but he a Cowboy fan. I ain't want to talk to Cowboy fans today. I appreciate my people. Miss Smith just popped in on Podbean. I see her. Hey, Miss Smith, thank you for hanging with me. I believe I'm just surrounded by Cowboy fans right now. I really believe I am. I don't know. I mean, hey, I don't get it. Maybe they at work. What'd you just say? Greg just said something. I guess we'll turn into a Cowboy show. I ain't want to get into no game. Let me see. Cows have 3 games to get their situation foot right. That's just my theory. Greg, let me go ahead and give you a real scenario. If we don't stop the run, I'm really fit to say, I'm ready to mess y'all up now. See, the truth, there's an argument could be made that we should have lost the Houston game. Okay. There's an argument that could be made that we should have lost the Houston game as well. And we lost to Jacksonville right after the Philly game. Then we got to go to Nashville and see the almighty Derrick Henry. And Tennessee is struggling, but the reason why I said the almighty Derrick Henry is because we can't stop the run. And what does Derrick Henry do just about better than anybody in this league? Y'all know. Okay. So there's a possibility. Y'all check me out here, Greg. Cowboys really could lose 3 straight. See, even though Minshew probably is playing Saturday, if you ask me, Philly still runs the ball incredibly well. Now, I know that Jalen Hurts being there is a big threat, and you don't know who getting the ball, but Sanders runs the ball well. Gainwell runs the ball well. I mean, they got a great offensive line. They still got the two-headed monster and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Dallas Goedert is actually coming back. I mean, they are loaded. They're loaded. So, just having Hurts out the game, they don't, that if anything, they should make it worse because that's going to be a concentrated effort running the football. That's our weak point. Oh, ain't no doubt about that, y'all. Y'all know that. So, I don't know if it's something to get hype about. Everybody, Philly still got their defense playing. The offense still there, just the MVP, possible MVP of the league. I get that, but that's gonna be a concentrated effort on running the ball. Their offensive their head coach, I believe he calls plays offensively. He knows that we can't stop the run. What do you think they're gonna do? Saturday. They're gonna make us prove that we can stop the run. And Philly loaded. I mean, they don't have no problem running football. So, I that's a possibility. We very well could lose 3 straight. For real. Look at what we got. We lost to Jacksonville. They can run the ball. Philly, they can run the ball. Tennessee, they can run the ball. All right, we got a hater in the house. There you go. This show is for the haters. And I believe we got one coming in. Mr. David Burns, if I'm not mistaken. Before I even go on, David, you are not a Cowboy fan. Am I correct? No, there it is. Yeah, I know you hate it. I can tell you by your comments. Yeah, sounds like y'all throwing in the towel. By no means, sir. We're in the playoffs. You know, we earned that. What you talking about? We ain't throwing no towel. I'm just looking at the schedule, and I know what we not good at, and I know also that we got some major injuries in some very key positions that will help us in the run. I know that they're not there, so you know you got to call it like it is. This is called common sense football. It's not called it's not called optimism football. I let all my other bloggers do that. I tell the truth over here. So, you know, David, go get your shots. This show is dedicated to you. I give myself you this for this little podcast today. And that's what I do. I give myself to you today to try to get y'all going. You can't laugh and see you can't. Let me say you can't stop laughing. I think that's what you're saying. I don't know. Well, I understand. I understand. I ain't gonna take your joy away from you right now. I'm not gonna take your joy away from you. That's this show is dedicated to y'all to have you fun. Greg said exactly the Cowboys can lose 3 or 4 games. This is why I say Cowboys need to get that situation football on both sides. Well, Greg, defensively, let me say this. Greg. You can't run the race without the horses. You understand what I'm saying? So just because you got the uniform on, don't mean that you can handle business. See, eventually this next man up concept it stops because the talent level ain't good enough. So you can holler next man up all you want to, but if the talent ain't right, you know it ain't no step up. You're gonna get cracked. That's why I believe we're having problems with our second cornerback position. You know, next man up. No, what if your next man ain't good? You see what I'm saying? What if your next man ain't good? See, no, I can't. I can't say that. So, you know, it's going. You know, I break all this down tomorrow, but that's where you know you got to change up maybe some of your scheme, what you want to do. You in order to keep, you may have to give up yards just to keep people in front of you. One thing, for instance, Dan Quinn love to play man-to-man defense, but now you got Boss Man Fat and Nashawn Wright switching in and out. You can't go man-to-man defense no more because they done already proved to you that they get destroyed. So you got to zone up a little bit. You got to keep guys in front of you. And in the process, that very well may make you you know, have to give up some yards to keep people in front of you. But you can't give up. Oh, there it is, Ty Owens. I don't even know who you are. Ty Owens. I don't think you've never been to my show. But this is the show for dedicated haters. And obviously by his comment, there he is. He says the Cowboys are fraudulent once again. Great show, though. I appreciate that last statement. It's a great show. I appreciate that. Fraudulent. That remains to be seen, Ty. We ain't got to. I know you agree, David. Great, David. See, there you go. He said he agreed with Ty. Well, we have to see. You know, we ain't got there yet. We haven't got to the dance yet. When it's dancing time, in other words, when the playoffs begin, then that's when legitimately your statement can be 100% true. Right now, we're saying that it's not. We don't know quite yet. Don't know yet. I don't know. I know, yeah. I don't know yet. I got to see who we playing first. I got to see what the match. Even though we're gonna be on the road, I got to see what the matchup is gonna be like. I got to see all this stuff before I make that type of judgment. Right now, I say that we're not as good as we think we are. That's what I'll give you that. Now that I will give you. I'll give you that. I will give you that. We're not as good as we think we are. However, that don't mean we're horrible. That's all I'm gonna try to tell you. Y'all got y'all. Let's not care or crazy. Let's not lose our minds over here now. Okay, there it is, David. David says, this y'all show. I'm gonna let you have it. I like it. He says again, the Cowboys will still get kicked back out of the playoffs. Well, only one team is gonna survive at the end. It's all gonna be is one team to get all the bragging rights. You say they're gonna get out the playoffs. Okay, I'm assuming, David, that you believe that we're gonna be one and done. That's what I think you're saying. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you're saying that whoever we play in the first round, we're gonna lose. Right now, it look like Greg says, and Greg Cowboy fan. Yeah, we're Cowboys are consistently inconsistent. That's a lot of layers there, Greg. But I will. I would. That's too much. That's too many layers. But overall, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But I can't give it to you this year, though, Greg. See, I ain't going to listen to what the haters say right here. This is the reason why we better be real careful how we call out McCarthy, because of a few. And even though those few questionable calls down the end and time management, they're just a few. But the overall picture is this. Well, it's not the overall picture. It's part of it. This is the first year we've been back to back in the playoffs since the early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. So we're not used to making the playoffs 2 years in a row. Usually the Cowboys go to the playoffs, miss the playoffs the next year, go back 2 years later, miss it the following year, have all the talent in the world, have the great roster, and still inconsistent making the playoffs. Other than the year when Dak was hurt, when he broke his ankle, he's had this team in the playoffs. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because not only is he getting the playoffs, he ain't barely getting there. He's in there. Double-digit wins. Be careful how because that's going to be the narrative coming up in the next few weeks, that we should get a new coach. Be careful now. Be careful how you give up a guy who wins 10 plus games, consistently. And the reason why I'm saying that because he did it at Green Bay. He won double-digit wins. He just, he got the one Super Bowl. He won one. Couldn't get back, and Green Bay let him go. But when you fired a man who was winning the division every year, you fired a man who was getting you to the playoffs every year. Be careful how you give up on guys like that. I ain't saying that they should keep their job. I'm just saying be careful how we so quick to throw them to the garbage can. That's the only thing I'm saying. All right. So that's what's been inconsistent in the franchise, consecutive good years. Well, we got it this year. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Now, let me get back to the comments. David agreed with me. He's saying we're gonna be one and done. That's what he was saying. Yep, I sure said that. Okay. All right. Be careful. Okay. He said this game, the Cowboys game, is going to be like the Grinch that stole Christmas because the Eagles going to win. The fire for the game, David, I said it earlier, the fire for the game is really not fire anymore. If the Cowboys had beat Jacksonville, this would be a huge, huge, huge game. But when the Cowboys blow the game, it really is making this game pretty much, in my view, standing wise is meaningless. It has no implication on the playoff picture. Well, Philadelphia is comfortable in the division. They're comfortable as being a number one seed. The Cowboys are comfortable at their fifth spot. I think they got 2-game lead over the six. This game really is not, it has no meaning, which is the reason why you hear all the talk about Jalen Hurts not playing, because the game actually means nothing. If the Cowboys had beat Jacksonville, Jalen Hurts would be playing Saturday. No question about it. And the reason why you know is because Jalen finished the game in Chicago. He was still throwing the ball with a sprain. He didn't just get a sprained shoulder yesterday and 2 days ago. Now, it might be some additional swelling that may came in and made a limited shoulder. I'll give you that. But he initially hurt himself. That's why he laid on the ground when in Chicago, because he got hurt there. They didn't take him out then. Come on now. If Jalen Hurts, if the Cowboys would have beat Jacksonville, Jalen Hurts would be playing this Saturday. Because the game would, if the Cowboys would have beat them in Philly, that means they'll be 1 game out with about 3-4 games to play, and it will force Philly to play. Now all they got to do is just win 1 game, and they lock up home field. I mean, they playing the Saints. I mean, come on. Come on now. So they don't have to play him. I mean, I wouldn't play him. I would not. The only thing that Jalen Hurts loses by playing, as I said earlier, is he's gonna lose some fire and some steam on him being the MVP of the league. Because trust me, if Mahomes come out here this Sunday or whenever they play and have 3-4 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts didn't play at all, the MVP race is over. That's the only thing that Jalen Hurts is gonna lose by not playing. You know, that's it. He will not be the MVP if he don't play. Because I know what Mahomes probably gonna do. See what I'm saying? So, but at the risk of his shoulder taking a knot, because the Cowboys, if they see him, they're gonna hit him. They're gonna drive him down. It's gonna be an emotional game anyway, because everybody else is still playing. From my understanding, I think I saw Wire to Wire Sportscast coming in as a Philly fan. I'm Wire to Wire. Help me out here. Is everybody playing? Possibly other than Hurts, is anybody else? I'm talking about the major players. Like, is Dallas? Is the tight end playing? I think he's ready to come back. I wouldn't even play him. Actually, they done made this far without him. Why even play him? You know, I would. But I know AJ probably is playing. Smith is playing. The offensive line is still playing. Sanders is playing because they're gonna run the ball against us anyway. I mean, I don't know who's out. I don't pay attention to Philadelphia like that, so I don't know who's out for them. Is Jordan Davis coming back finally, or are they gonna let him sit out some more? If I'll let him sit out as well. I mean, Philly, the Cowboys losing really just it gave Philly the break they really needed. All the pressure's off. Period. So this game Saturday is really just a pride game. It's really, the Cowboys ought to be. It ain't no, the Cowboys ought to be playing completely ticked off. Everybody ought to be playing. We ain't got time to sit folks out. Everybody ought to be playing ticked off. The fan base is gonna make it big, but it's even took the luster out of beating the Eagles, because see, all it's gonna be is a even swap. We Cowboy fans said it. Okay, Philadelphia beat us earlier this year without Dak. They beat Cooper Rush. Okay, here we go. The Cowboys beat Philly this weekend without Hurts playing. They're gonna say, well, y'all beat us without Hurts, so touche. I mean, they done took the fire out. It ain't really the true Philadelphia Eagles without Jalen Hurts in there. So I mean, it's it's not. David Burns. This is the hater show. I'm letting all y'all have it today. He says Dak is hot and cold. I wish you would have saw my last show, David, because I gave Dak Prescott a nickname. He has a new nickname with me. His new nickname is the roller coaster because it is exactly what you said. He's hot and cold, even though he had in my view, I'm just like Jerry Jones. He had a good game Saturday. I don't know what TV y'all watching. The last interception, the pick six, that was not Dak's fault at all. Noah Brown dropped the ball, and we have evidence now to say that even on the bad play call, the ball was there. The ball was there for Noah Brown to catch. He dropped that one too. If you seen the tape, it's right there. So, I've called him the roller coaster, and I'm a Cowboy fan. I just don't know what I'm gonna get. First half against Jacksonville, Dak looked like a future Hall of Famer. It looked like he gave a measuring for his gold jacket. He couldn't do no wrong. They only dropped one ball, actually. Unbelievable, on fire. Second half, roller coaster. So you ain't hurting the real Cowboy fans. Well, the real Cowboy fans that understand what's going on. You ain't hurting us by saying that. We know what our quarterback is. We ain't going by optimism here. We going strictly by what has been going. Okay, Greg said, time management, play calling, mental mistakes, penalties, turnovers, in-game adjustment. These are some of the situational football I'm talking about. No question. And Greg, this is the reason why it's so frustrating. Because watch this. Let's go back first. Watch this. I got one question. Watch this. Time management, play calling, mental mistakes, penalties, turnovers, and in-game adjustments. The only one I might take out is turnovers because we really didn't turn the ball over, at least from the quarterback position last year. Last year was Ezekiel Elliott fumbling the ball and all that kind of stuff. That was it. But look at this. Time management, play calling, mental mistakes, penalties, in-game adjustments. Ain't that the same stuff we were talking about last year at the beginning of the year? You mean to tell me we done had a whole offseason, went through it all last year, and then we started off, we still talking about the same thing? That's telling me there ain't no improvement. We talking about all this, what you just put down here, Greg. This is what we talked about before the first preseason game. If you don't believe me, all you got to do is go down my catalog. Just go back and listen to the shows. All of this stuff is what we talked about. Time management. That's what got us in trouble in the playoff game last year. So we talked about that. Play calling. Oh, my God. We've been talking about play calling for the last 3 years with Kellen Moore. Mental mistakes, penalties. Didn't we have all that last year? We was the most penalized team in the league last year, and we ain't changed that at all this year. Turnovers, that could be debated. The turnover part could be debated. Then we started talking about in-game adjustments. That's Kellen Moore. That's Mike McCarthy. Let's throw something else in. We were saying the same thing last year. Like, what power does Mike McCarthy have? That's, because since he can't tell Kellen Moore nothing, it's obvious of that. And he ain't telling Dan Quinn nothing. And he ain't telling Bones nothing on special teams. So what is his role if you can't change nothing? What is your role? This is what we talked about last year. And I'll be dang, we are having the same exact conversations as we were last year. The same conversations. The same exact conversations. And ain't nothing changed. And in some cases, it's gotten worse. What we talked about last year, can we stop the run? This year, can we stop the run? You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing changed. It had nothing changed. We are still talking about the same exact issues. You don't supposed to be talking about the same issues now. You don't. That's how you lose your job. Whether you won 13 games or whatever. This is how you lose your job. And I got a feeling that conference, even though it's been quiet, it started off there. At the beginning of the year, we were all talking about is Mike McCarthy on the hot seat where he kept winning. Cooper Rush made him look good. Everybody shut that down. That came back. We still were winning. That shut that down. Now all of a sudden, all these things that's right here that Greg talked about is coming right back into play, which means that the hot seat fit to turn up some more. And I believe that we're getting ready to start hearing this talk again about Mike McCarthy. Should he be the coach of the Dallas Cowboys? I got a feeling this will crank up. You let us lose Saturday, and then you let us go down to Nashville and lose to Tennessee, and you watch what happened for real then. Oh my God, the seat is gonna be like somebody put a fire underneath it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You let the Cowboys be limping into the playoffs. I mean, we already got the spot, but you let us go in there and only won one game in December against Washington or somebody. You know, you let us go in limping in, and y'all watch that the narrative is gonna be so hot about the Cowboys going on the road playing whoever they're playing. It's gonna be the NFC South champion. Whoever that is, Tampa, Atlanta, whoever, Carolina, New Orleans, that come out of it, whoever it is, you rest assured that they gonna be saying that the Cowboys lose that first game, one and done. That'll be his last. That'll be his last game he coached as a Cowboy. Dave said, "I believe Gardner Minshew can beat the Cowboys this Saturday." David, it really ain't Gardner. All you gotta do is hand the ball off. Everybody is still playing. Their defense is still playing. Their offensive line is still playing. Their running backs are still playing. It really ain't gonna be on Gardner Minshew. It's not gonna be on him. It's gonna be on just hand the ball off. He'll get some play action pass gonna be wide open because we're gonna be trying to stop the run so much. It's gonna, I mean, yeah, AJ Brown still out there. Devontae Smith gonna be out there. Yeah. Queen in the building. What's up? I mean, yeah, it's not gonna be on Minshew. Greg said, "Don't this coaching, Queen? Queen. This is not about breaking the game down. This is a show dedicated for the haters. I'm really letting them have their way. I'm giving them a chance to have open shots at me. If you read up to some of these comments, you'll see a few of them. They done tried. I let them have their way." Greg said, Greg is a Cowboy fan. Greg said, "Doesn't this coaching staff situation remind of the Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett situation when Jason Garrett was hired as OC before Wade Phillips was hired as head coach? Look how that turned out." Well, Greg, let me tell you something. If it is like that, and if Jason Garrett is disguised as Kellen Moore, Jerry Jones will receive a fire that he has never seen before. If you're trying to insinuate that Kellen Moore is the head coach in waiting, like Jason Garrett was with Wade Phillips, let me tell you something. This fan base will eat Jerry Jones alive because everybody know that don't supposed to happen. See, the name that's gonna pop up, Greg, it all go back to the beginning. The name that is going to pop up is going to be, of course, you know who, Mr. Sean Payton. All this coming back. Your comment, it brings us all the way back to square one. This is what we started with. Well, let me put it back up because you brought it all the way back. This comment right here by Greg, for those who are just tuning in and watching, This is what he talked about. And I said, ain't this all what we talked about before the first preseason snap? Isn't this what we all talked about? We were talking about this after the 49er game, immediately after. We were talking about time managed by McCarthy. We were talking about the play calling of Kellen Moore. We were talking about penalties last year because we led the league. We were talking about in-game adjustments. Turnovers was different because it really wasn't Dak. It was fumbling, and all. We really wasn't horrible on turnovers. But wasn't this what we were talking about last year? And it sounds like we right back at square one. And if we're right back at square one, then Mike McCarthy's job gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The name ain't Kellen Moore. I don't think Jerry that's stupid, but we're gonna be right back to this Sean Payton mess again. You see what I'm saying? That's that. Now, if you're telling me to coach away, then Jerry says the right things, but you don't know what's in the back of his head. Jerry's real slick. Jerry said, I gotta have a deep run this year. You gotta have a deep run, but you saw what Philadelphia was doing in the offseason and the draft. You saw what a lot of other teams were doing, and you were just promoting within, and you go get these bargain basement free agents, and you started talking about, well, I got to have a deep run. Well, it just goes to show how good our roster is because you really ain't really adding nobody. Now, T.Y. is going to be the only person that can really, possibly might change something. If he's anywhere to the T.Y. of, that we saw for years in Indianapolis, but I don't know if that's him or not. But I'm just saying he's the last hope. Everybody talking about OBJ and all that. Man, look, whatever. I don't want neither one of them, to be honest with you, because I want to run the ball. I know what Kellen Moore going to do once he see a T.Y. and possibly a OBJ come to the team, he going to pass the ball. That's what we don't want. So, the seat is going to be hot. The seat is about to get hot for McCarthy again. We better win something. Because Jerry already put that unrealistic expectation on us, remember? He said, I got to have a deep playoff run. So he never, we defined it, and the media defined it as an NFC championship game appearance. We didn't hear Jerry Jones say that. Somebody pull up the tape, prove to me. I can pull plenty of tape up to say what the media said it should be. And I can say what Cowboy fans say it should be. But we don't know what Jerry Jones mean by a deep playoff run. See, when you put the goalpost so high and you know that they can't really probably reach it, it gives you the exact reason why you can let the person go then. Like, that was my expectation. You didn't mean it. Goodbye. Come on in, Sean. Let me talk to you for a minute. See what I'm saying? I don't think nobody expect this roster right here that is constructed right now. Y'all don't see no NFC championship game right now. Shout out to all y'all optimistic Cowboy fans, but when you look at this roster and you see that we can't stop the run at all, and we got a big question mark at the cornerback 2 position, y'all don't see no NFC championship game right now. All on the road. No, you don't. Let's be realistic. Well, look, if you don't want realism and realistic, I'm not your guy. You probably need to go find you another Cowboy show that will, tickle your fancy and give you, your hope and all that kind of stuff. I'm real. I know what my eyes see. We giving up almost 160 yards a game on the run. You ain't winning you're not. You're not winning like that. You're not. I ain't never seen the team do it. I haven't. Dak Prescott can, I'm not sure, going into a game, I'm not sure where our offense is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who gonna show up. I don't know what to expect. Am I gonna get a roller coaster game where the first half, just like last game, Dak Prescott and the offense look like world champions? In the second half, they look like they battling to see who's gonna be the number 3 draft pick. See what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what team gonna show up. It was a point in time where I knew what the defense was gonna do. I knew what the defense was gonna do, but injuries have caught up with us tremendously. Next man up don't work too well when the talent ain't there now. Hey, coach, I see you. All the offense, I agree. The offense is there. I get that, but when the cook can't cook. So you can have this pretty kitchen, you can have the pretty utensils, you can have the perfect carved meat, you can have the freshest vegetables cut, and you can have all that kind of stuff. But if you ain't got no cook, if you ain't got the cook in the kitchen that know what to do with it, that's why, when Coach said this, I agree. The talent it's been like that for years. But when you ain't got the right cooks, see, here's Cowboy fan. This show is really dedicated to the haters, but y'all making it turn into a Cowboy analyst show. I don't want that. I wanted all the haters to have their fun today. But since y'all in here, I since y'all doing it, here's our structure, and this will show you the problem. Jerry Jones is the owner. What is the owner's job? The owner's job is to promote his product to the best of his ability where his product can make money. There's no question then that Jerry Jones has done his job in that capacity. No question. As far as the team goes, his job is to bring in the proper personnel to run the football team. That part there can be debated right there, and I'm going to give the other side, because some owners will buy a team and get completely out of the way. Completely. Unless there's a situation where he has to step in. Robert Kraft is a perfect example. For years, he got out of the way. This is Belichick's show, and it was until Tom Brady went crying to him, and Tom Brady said, hey, he going to get rid of me for Jimmy Garoppolo, and I still want to stay. Kraft stepped in and told Bill Belichick, he's staying. He's our quarterback. Bill Belichick was ready to let Brady walk and go ahead and let Garoppolo take over. Kraft stepped in, but that's the one time in all those years that you heard Kraft making a decision. Jerry Jones make decisions every week. All right. Because he is the owner and he believes he's a football guy. All right. Watch this. Then you look to the general managership, which is Jerry Jones. What is the job of the general manager? The job of the general manager to make sure that he puts the personnel on the field to try to win a world's championship. That part right there is what a lot of y'all Cowboy fans mess up. Because if it's about putting players on the field, whether you want to give that credit to Will McClay, or, a lot of us give it to Will McClay, fine. Whoever you want to do. Jerry is the general manager, so the quote-unquote buck stops at him. If that is the case, Jerry has done his job. Look at all the Pro Bowl players we've had over the last 10 years. Look at all the all-pros we've had over the last 10 years. Look at the rosters that we've had over the 10. What did everybody say every year? No matter the TV station, the Cowboys roster is the best roster in the league. When it comes to the draft, I mean, good Lord, has there been please show me who draft better than the Cowboys consistently. Okay? Jerry has done his job as a general manager, whether he's really the one driving that bus or not. You know, right now he's classified as general manager. He's done that. The roster has been there. I think everybody can agree with that. Whether you want to give it to Will McClay, whether you want to say Jerry in the way, whatever. The roster has been there. And then this way it gets messed up. Because then if the owner has done his job, the organization makes money. Bam. Jerry checkbox. General manager, put the best players out there on the field, find the best coaches, whatever. That could be debated, but as far as a roster goes with players, the Cowboys have done their job. That's just my opinion. You may disagree, but if you disagree, it ain't by much. Here's where the problem starts. They got to leave the front office spot. Now they got to go to the coaches. And that's where the problem is. That's where the problem starts. Mike Nolan was our defensive coordinator. Shouldn't have been. A couple years ago. Horrible. Worst defense in the league. That's not Jerry's fault. You know, if you want to blame Jerry, it's Jerry for signing his check. I mean, if you want to do that, okay, but Jerry, okay. Okay, I guess I'll give you that. There you go, okay. Mike Nolan shouldn't have been here. Okay. Kellen Moore. Now, that part is Jerry Jones. I take it back. Because Jerry can see what's going on, and he won't do anything to change it other than keep getting the little wonder boy credit. He has a great offensive mind. He's a offensive guru. He's a offensive juggernaut and all that. He has the number one offense in the league. He consistently has the number one offense in the league. He's brilliant. He's young. We got to keep him around. He's going to be a great coach. He's going to be. What about right now? Huh? So you can have a great roster all you want. But the cooks that's cooking it. And right now we got 4 main cooks. Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore, Dan Quinn, and our special team coach Bones, Coach Fossil. Those are the 4 main cooks. Then you got many chefs and positional coaches after that. This is where schemes is. I mean, just because you got this talent, does the scheme fit the talent? Does the talent fit the scheme? And all, you know, how do you want to play? You draft the lineman out of the world, but you draft them to pass block. You're not drafting them to run the ball. We've been begging run the ball for years. I've seen more passes between Romo and Dak Prescott. It is primarily passing the football. Between Romo and Dak Prescott, it is a pass-happy era. And I'm not saying we're supposed to run the ball 50 times a game. I get all that. But your offensive linemen are not built to be pass blocking on 35 to 40 attempts a game. And no, it really haven't gotten to that point this year. But when you know what your strong point of your team is, which this year, this season, is Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. When Cooper Rush was in, there was a scheme and game plan form for Kellen Rush being your quarterback. We all saw what it was. Run the football, play defense. We won games. I told everybody when he saw Dak Prescott come back in that building, his eyes were going to light up and he was going to start forgetting slowly but surely what brought him to the dance. I told everybody. That's what you're seeing now. So I agree with Coach Marv here. The talent is Super Bowl talent. I agree with that. But you ain't got no Super Bowl coaches. You got guys still trying to look, when you get a T.Y. Hilton in the building, and if he's anywhere close to the T.Y. that we all know or saw for years, the figuring out ain't gonna be how am I gonna make the running game better. the figuring out is now is going to be, how can we get Ty involved? That's what it's going to be. That's how we going to get Ty involved in the passing game. You know, we still trying. If you get an OBJ, which I don't, I since everybody talking about that, which I don't want anyway, but if you did that, you ain't bringing OBJ in here trying to figure out how you gonna involve him in the running game. You're gonna be trying to figure out how you gonna get him the football. That's more passing. Ty here, that's more passing. If you're more passing, that means you taking away more running. and we still trying to figure out what that. I heard Jerry Jones say this, y'all. Jerry Jones said it. Y'all heard it this year. We run with this offense goes as Zeke goes. Didn't y'all hear him say that? I know I heard it. In other words, you're saying it goes through our running game. I can't tell. I can't. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. And so, I think we have an identity crisis, and it's growing by the week. We steadily trying to, even though Dak was hot in that first half against Jacksonville, I mean, I ain't gonna blame it, because the way he was throwing is the way that he should throw. Short, intermediate passes. That's his game. If you ask me, I got 7 years of watching him play. I know who my quarterback is now. I know what he does well. I know what he don't do well. I watched him for 7 years. I know where he throws well. I know where we don't want him throwing. I watched him. Kellen Moore's trying to make this dude the MVP of the league. He always has. And Dak has performed well. You don't win 53 games. I think his record is 53 and 30 something, I believe, as a quarterback. I mean, he's won ball games. No doubt about that. But what he also has done is not run the football. We just not figuring out we need a two-headed monster. You needed a two-headed monster 3 years ago. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, like, so it ain't the GM. It's right after that what the problem is. And this was about to come up, and we're about to see all this happen as these last few weeks come back. And I don't think that and I'm telling y'all, if you're smart enough, you realize I think the seat is going to get this seat that Mike McCarthy in right now. I really believe that the Heat finna turn up on that seat now. You let the Cowboys lose Saturday, and then you let them go to Nashville in Tennessee, because Derrick Henry gonna run the ball. Y'all know we can't stop the run. You let us lose these next these 2 games. Lose 3 straight. And you watch what the narratives are about to be coming up. I'm telling y'all. You already know what Jerry said. I expect a deep run in the playoffs. Well, fortunate for us, we already in. We in. But we don't know what deep run really means from the eyes of Jerry Jones, because he never said it. He just said he wanted a deep run. Now, a fan base have said, well, it should be probably no less than an NFC Championship game appearance. That's what we said. We don't know what Jerry said. Jerry may be thinking Arizona Super Bowl. Y'all saying the NFC Championship game. Jerry very well may think we supposed to get out the NFC. He just ain't said it. Exactly, Greg. So the problem is once the draft was over and the first practice started, that's where the problem started, because it got into the hands of the cooks. Then see what I'm saying? The problem, I know we all hammered Stephen Jones for not going to free agency. I know we all talked about Jerry for not signing nobody and all this kind of stuff, but presently constructed, this roster is good enough. That ain't the problem. As much as we like to kill Steven not the problem, y'all. It's not. The problem started on the first day of practice. That's when the problem, because it got into the hands of the cooks. They the one that seasoned the meat and seasoned the food, and they, saute it or grill it or fry it or bake it. That's where the problem really is. When it was time to bake, they fried it. When it was time to grill it, they baked it. Hey, I'm serious now. I'm serious. Yeah, y'all know I'm telling the truth. It's messed up when it's just like right now. It's just like right now. What is and I really don't want to kill Quinn, but now's the time. How you cooking, Dan Quinn? That's what I want to know. Because we can't stop the run now. My question is, how are you cooking from the cornerback 2 position? Kelvin Joseph cannot run your man defense. He gonna get destroyed. We done seen it. Okay. Mr. Wright, Nashawn Wright, he ain't doing too much better. So my question is, how are you cooking? Are you just dedicated to just making your scheme work? Or are you going to go to some zone, possible cover 3, possible cover 2? What are you going to do? Are you just going to fall out there and say, hey, we blitzing, we just going to have man-to-man coverage like we've been doing all year? I want to know how you cooking. I ain't got to ask about Kellen Moore because I know how he going to cook. I already know he gonna put some food in the oven and he gonna burn it with some of these play calls he do. He gonna burn some of the stuff that's supposed to be good. You looking forward to it. Ain't gonna be completely burnt, but it's gonna be burnt enough, kind of like toast. Some of y'all like your toast light. Some of y'all want a little brown. Well, Kellen the kind of cook that'll burn the corners of it. You have to scrape that off and then try to eat the rest of it. That's how Kellen is. I mean, I already know how Kellen gonna cook. Mike McCarthy, how you gonna cook, sir? Are you gonna finally tell Kellen Moore when it's time to run instead of passing? I mean, that's what a head coach is supposed to do. See, he can't cook because he can't be the head coach. See what I'm saying? The cooks. Queen, thank you, baby. Help me say the cooks. I need somebody other than Queen to say it. Come on. Y'all, I'm breaking it down for you best as I can. It's the cooks in the kitchen. Jerry and them up there drinking drinks and sitting in the press box. They done their job. I gave you pass rush. That's what Jerry said. I gave you pass rush. I gave you backup pass rush. I gave you big fat guys in the middle. I got an all-pro at cornerback. I got an all-world linebacker. I gave you what you needed. I gave it to you. I gave you a $40 million quarterback. I got two-headed monster running the football. I give you all these linemen. Look at this. I gave it to you. I look, game time, I got my suit on. I'm up here with entertaining family and drinking, and I'm sitting on the front row on the edge of my seat. I can't call the game. I ain't got no headphones on. I can't get out there. I gave it to y'all. I gave it to the cooks. I gave you the proper meal to prepare. I gave it to you. And y'all can't cook. Hey, Terry, I ain't know you was on Power Bank. Yeah, he can't cook. He can't. And this is what we're getting ready to do. Now, everybody talking about Jerry get out there today because he got to keep optimism up. He's saying, we got a whole month to get this thing together. Look, if you ain't got it together by now, that's an asinine statement. See, by now in this season, you are what you are, and you just got to be. It's all about execution now. It ain't no new stuff. You might throw a few wrinkle new plays in. I mean, but good God, you are what you are by now. And right now, we are 10-4 football team. That's pretty good. That's good. The execution is what it's all about. Now we ain't got time to be trying to figure out how we gonna fit TY in. How we gonna possibly bring OBJ in? How we gonna pass the ball? How we gonna get this connection together with Dak and TY? Man, you should be getting this connection together with putting that ball in the hands of Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. We still trying to figure it out. That's because you can't cook. Can't cook. And so what we're hoping then, to go back what Coach Marv said earlier, now you're in a position, as I've always said the last couple of years, check me out, where the talent level has to override the bad coaching and the bad time management and the bad penalties, as Greg said earlier. Now the talent level has to override all that because you know it's coming. So is the talent level good enough to override all the bad stuff? That's where we at. Can a bad play call of Tony Pollard, of Kellen Moore call a swing pass when you should have thrown it down the field? Instead, Tony Pollard catches a 3-yard swing pass and then busted for 65 yards. That's the talent override the bad coaching play. Queen, I don't know about that one now. And I know you know your sports. The only reason why I'm saying this. See, Queen. And Queen, look, that probably is what's getting ready to happen with Bland going to number 2 cornerback. But it's only by default. Because I definitely don't believe in Boss Man Fat. So we eliminated him. But here's the key. Boss Man Fat can't play the slot. He's not quick enough. He don't have the twitch in his hips. He can't cover in the slot. He can't cover outside. So you know he can't cover in the slot. So you can't go that route. All right. Watch this. Nashawn Wright. I don't think Nashawn Wright is no better than Boss Man Fat. Now that's just me. And he gonna get torched too. So you move Bland. I'm not saying Bland can't play cornerback, but Bland is one of our better blitzers. Bland covers in the slot tremendously. All this stuff pretty much is coming from. I think that interception he had was from when Jacksonville ran a stack position, so he had to, lock in on which guy he had and cover him quick. So I really don't count that really outside. But Bland, most of his stuff comes from inside. And he blitzes. And he tackles well. You don't want that outside because now who you going to put in the slot? Now this kid you talking about here, I don't know nothing about him, Queen. You have to help me out on that one. Mullen, I know about Mullen. And I think that maybe your answer, but we don't quite know. I think Mullen might be able to do something. Might. I don't know. But I know we can't move. It's just me. I don't think we need to move Bland to outside at all. And I think he can play it, but Boss Man can't play slot, and Nashawn can't play slot. They too slow. It's crazy that may sound. They ain't got the twitch that you need to play slot. Bland does. But let me go back to what I was saying before. We're really at a position where, as of right now, that the talent level has to override all the bad stuff. And it can happen like that. It can happen like that. But you don't want to be banking on it, especially on the road, which is where we're going to be for the playoffs. You don't want that. All right. All right. I tried to make this a hater show, let all the haters talk, but they ain't coming in on here. Maybe because they didn't know at what time I was coming. I didn't know. I just did a spur of the moment. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Queen. You know, and then for him to get benched in the game like that, his confidence got to be like shot. And you don't know something. You ain't got time to be trying to figure out if they recover. You see what I'm saying? You don't have time for that. You don't have time for that. His confidence could be shot. It may very well may not be, but I don't want to find out because I already done seen enough. That's why they benched him. Which goes back to something I said earlier, and I'll close with this. If y'all did decisive on taking Boss Man Fat out, why ain't y'all so divisive on telling Kellen Moore to run the ball? Now, I'm quite sure Dan Quinn's call on it, but I know Mike McCarthy kind of okayed it, at least. He may not have. Quinn could have just said, "Hey, let's tell Nashawn to get ready to go in on the next series." I mean, it could very well have been that, and Coach McCarthy didn't say nothing. But I'm quite sure you heard it on that headset. But if you're that decisive in benching a player, can we just tell Kellen Moore to when to run the ball, please? Because you're hearing the plays in your headset every time you call it. And I'm quite sure some player you want to say, but don't say, tell them no. Let's run it here. Let's call the running play. Yeah. Queen said Boss Man showed me where he was mentally during the offseason before the season by trying to still be a part of the street life instead of focusing on the opportunity he was blessed with. Well, Jerry said something yesterday. He said, sometimes it takes time for players to get it and to play at the level. But we don't have time to experiment this year. So we'll if that's the way we're gonna do it, we'll see you at training camp where you get a whole off season and all that kind of stuff to try to get your mind, get everything together and all that. We don't have time for experimenting right now. We don't have time. It's all about trying to win. Exactly, Terry. All right, I talked so much on here, so I ain't got time because I'm on the 2-hour time limit on Podbean. So I'm at an hour and 48 minutes. I've been talking way too long. I would really want to have some fun with the haters. Y'all done turned this into a real analyst type show. I didn't want that. But, thank God for adjustments. So I ain't gonna take no questions on this one, okay? Because I know if we do that, we're gonna go over my time. If Coach Marv is here, I already know we ain't got no time. But I know Coach, I already know you got your notes down for what I done said here today. Save them. I might pick it back up. So okay, just save them this time. All right, I appreciate y'all. That's it. This was very impromptu. It's just off my hat. I ain't got no notes down, nothing. I wanted to let the haters have their fun today as a Christmas gift. I was gonna give them the Christmas gift of me. Yeah, just let them have a platform. Joe says, okay, we'll close with this. Joe says, I know for sure we're beating the Eagles Saturday. I'll talk about that more on Saturday. But I love the optimism. I hope we do. We need to win. We need to win, Joe. And I'm telling you right now, you got a lot of confidence in our run defense because that's sure what they fixing to do Saturday. Even if Hurts was playing, it was going to be a running down your throat type game. We ain't sure we can stop it yet. And if Gardner Minshew play, it's going to be the same thing. They running the ball. So let's just hope that our run defense then do something. That's all I can hope for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. Y'all enjoy the rest of this time. Yeah, that'll be your Christmas Eve present. It's either gonna be a Merry Christmas or somebody gonna be Grout or Grinch. The Cowboys will ruin your Christmas if you let them. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. As emotional as y'all are, this is the wrong day for them to be playing football. Look, as messed up as y'all be doing a week, I be reading y'all chats. Listen, if the Cowboys mess y'all up there, it's gonna be a rough Christmas. Terry said on Podbean Hurts is playing. I don't think so. It makes no sense for him to play, Terry. It just don't. He could play. If the Cowboys would have beat Jacksonville, like I said before, he would have been playing. But there's no reason for him to play other than trying to pass stats for his, trying to stay in the MVP race. That's it. They're too far ahead. They even got a 2-game lead over the Vikings for the number 1 seed. So, I mean, all they got to do is beat the Saints. If they beat the Saints, it's over with. Well, I mean, if they beat the Cowboys, it's over with. Well, it's over with. It was really to us already over with now, but they ain't worried about the Cowboys no more. The Cowboys messed that up themselves. They worried about the Vikings now. The Vikings is the only one that can really catch them. That's a 2-game lead. They ain't worried about the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, for what? They got a 3-game lead in the division. They ain't worried about the Cowboys. It's the Vikings that got the next best record in the NFC. They worry about them. And all they got to do is win 1 game, if I'm not mistaken. And they got it. So it's a done deal. There's no sense for him playing. If the Cowboys would have beat Jacksonville, he would have been playing because he played after he got hurt against Chicago. He kept throwing the ball, actually. Threw a bomb to A.J. Brown, actually. Threw one to Smith. So it ain't like he can't play. It's just that the Eagles are saying, man, we ain't got to play y'all. We'll give y'all the same chance y'all gave us. Dak won here when we beat y'all. Okay, so we going to let y'all have the chance to beat our backup quarterback. That's all they saying. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. All right, I'm done. That's it. Appreciate y'all hanging with me for this, or what was supposed to be a fun show, but it turned into an analyst show. All right, so it's all good. All right, I'm out. Y'all can put your hands together real quick for those that hear. A couple clap emojis before I go. Terry, you, and hey, there it is. I see Miss Smith already got hers together. Terry, you over there. Put your hands together over there. Who over here? Everybody on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else. Y'all go ahead and put your hands together if you don't mind. My son is clapping his hands. Okay. There you go, Joe. All right, yeah, my son down there clapping his hands. So he's clapping his hands. So we can get on out of here then. All right, appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging with me for this afternoon. This has been the one and only. This is Podbean. Stay with me for a second. This has been the Big Time Show.